It's a bit like the Oscars, isn't it? But we're diplomats. So good morning, everybody. We're going now to hear about the latest update from Staffan de Mistura on the talks in Vienna, on Sochi, and the way forward into Geneva. And we appreciate Russian efforts in Sochi, in particular the fact that they remained faithful to the terms of the agreement that they had, that they would make sure they stuck to 2054, that they brought it back to Geneva, and that's now in the hands of de Mistura. And obviously we'll be looking to hear from him and from Russia, and from anyone else, about how we ensure that the regime come into those talks in a meaningful way and in good faith, because that's the element that's lacking at the moment. And more broadly, the humanitarian situation in Syria continues to be dire. A long overdue convoy finally made it into eastern Ghouta yesterday. I think that's the first since last year, which goes to show that where there is political will, this can be done. And so we must continue to focus the Council to ensure there is the political will. And to that end, we're very supportive of the work that Sweden and Kuwait are doing on a resolution.
Ambassador, you say good faith from the regime, but they have already rejected publicly the proposal from Mr. de Mistura for his constitutional committee.
So I've seen those reports, and I'll be asking today, when we're in our consultations, I'll be asking Mr. de Mistura and also any other council member around the table with influence over the regime as to whether that's their understanding of the position. You know, what is going on here.
Ambassador, from your understanding from this draft resolution, does it also include Afrin and the Turkish operation? If it passed, do you think Turkey should also be obliged to stop its military operation in Afrin?
Well, at the moment there is a draft resolution text that is being discussed by council members, and I think it's premature to say exactly what the outcome of that would or wouldn't be at this point.
I wanted to know, now that it seems that the scandal extends from Haiti to Chad to South Sudan, you'd said yesterday that the UK is working with the Secretary General. How is that? And do you support the idea of kind of a registry of people? What do you think will come out of this scandal?
So we're very supportive of the Secretary General Guterres' attempts to tackle this problem across the UN. It's not just about peacekeeping, it's about the UN agencies and funds, it's also about the Secretariat and how things operate here. The UN has that duty to respond, and it's something Guterres has made very clear, and we've been supportive. But the UK has also taken this issue up separately with the various funds and programmes, including through our performance-based resourcing of those agencies, where up to 30% of the funds that we give voluntarily depend on the agencies meeting certain criteria, certain benchmarks, one of which is to have a credible and effective plan on tackling allegations of sexual exploitation and abuse, and on taking it seriously when they happen. So we're absolutely focused on that. That agreement was done in the last couple of weeks with some of the biggest funds and programs, and we're going to carry on looking at anything that will work to tackle this problem in the UN. I'm going to stop there. Thank you.